G'day everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make a backlapping machine out of a second-hand drill press. So we'll just quickly go through some things we'll need. First things first, you'll need a drill press of some sort. Cheaper the better. You can pick them up and buy, swap and sell fairly cheap, 50 to 100 bucks. They're not that expensive new. You want some tools to measure and mark. Sockets, Allen keys. Socket adapter tools. This is what you will use to drive your cylinder mower of choice. And the socket to suit your cylinder mower. This is a 19 or a 3/4 to backlap a Scott Bonner Model 45 50mm pipe. Heavy duty washer of some sort. This is a offcut from a hole saw. A piece of paper, an angle grinder and a welder. Now, before we get started, I'd just like to say that I'm no cylinder mower expert. I'm simply sharing with you what I've learnt and what has worked for me in the past. Backlapping will not eliminate the need for a professional cylinder grind. You're still going to need to get your machine professionally ground from time to time. Some of the benefits of backlapping are it's cheap. The convenience, you can do it at your own leisure. If you have an incident in the yard where you hit the concrete or you hit the pavers, you run over a kid's toy and you're lucky enough to not do a whole lot of damage, you might be able to just give it a quick backlap and a little tickle up and it might be fine. You know, at worst it might buy you a little bit of time. You know, you might be able to get your mow done for the weekend and get into the specialist over the week. My mower is well and truly overdue for a professional grind, and backlapping has brought me a lot of time in between. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, start with, we are going to undo this bolt here, 19mm. Remove this, we'll keep the bolt and put this away. If you want to keep using it as a drill press, you know, you can turn it back into a drill press. So you remove this. Next we're going to loosen these two grub screws and remove the top from the stand. Now we've loosened the screws, find it easier. 1 foot on here and pull it off. So we're aiming for something that's going to look a bit like this. So we could cut a piece of this off and then weld our washer to that, bolt that to here. But you might want to use this as a drill press again. You might want it to be universal. So we're going to make another one. Now, the bit of pipe I've got is a little bit larger, so I'm just going to cut a piece out of it and weld it to the right size. So we'll cut this piece out, cut it to rough length, and close it up and see if we've got it right. Paper trick, wrap him around there. Alright, it's going to be a bit warm. Try closing that up and see how we go. So, you will end up with something, for now, looks something like that. It should fit in there fairly snug. So for now we're just going to weld this up, clean it up, weld that up. Now we're just going to work out how long to cut this. So we drop this in here, make sure it's all the way down, and we only want it to be like 10 or 20 mil high. And if you get too carried away with it, use our bit of paper again to cut that nice and even, and yeah. So now we've got our washer of some sort. I'm going to use this one. So now we will end up with something that looks like this. With our bolt down here. Tighten him up. That's the hard part done. So now we've got this on. We can get rid of these. You might need some vice grips to get them out. Now we can see it is starting to take shape, it's starting to look like something. Now we just need to fit something to the chuck to make it drive the reel of our desired mower. Now I'm going to set this up for a Model 45, so we will need a 3/4 inch or 19mm socket. Now I recommend using a 6-sided socket rather than one of them. I think it's probably just a little bit better. It's probably not going to wear your nut out as quick. Socket adapter, tighten him up in the chuck. Next, we will need to set our chuck speed. This is the motor side, chuck side. So you want it to spin as slow as possible. So we'll put it on the smallest pulley and the largest pulley. And there you have it, it's all done. Added a handle here, a bit easier to cart around. Make sure your clutch is disengaged. Set your height, line her up. Make sure no kids' fingers are in the way of the reel or the chains. And hit the power. That's it, done. Stay tuned for a backlapping video very soon. Thanks for watching.